Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. A special guest is joining us today, Dave Amato from REO Speedwagon.
Hey, nice to see you.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking time out. I know you got a sound check to get back to.
Oh, I got more guitars to try. There's so many guitars in the store. Let's go.
And you need more guitars.
That's always need more guitars. Always need one more guitar.
Right, exactly. So let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
You came up on the East Coast?
Yeah, Boston. Grew up in Boston. Did gigs with my own band, open up for Aerosmith, all the Aerosmith guys in like 50-seat clubs. You know, we played in high schools with Aerosmith guys.
Wow.
You know, so Brad Whitford, I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah,
good friends, and all the guys in band Boston, and it's because I'm a Bostonian, so
sure.
All those a lot of great bands when I was young.
Right. Yeah, so much great music came out of there. Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're still young.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
So you moved out to the West Coast. You made the move to LA.
Yeah, in 1980. We had this management in Boston there, and the band was like struggling a little bit, and the manager said, I got a few things going in California. I said, if you got an opening for me in California, let's go.
Right.
So in 1980, I just went out there, starved for a while, and then got some good gigs after a while,
Yeah, no
it was
doubt.
Good. It was good run.
So you were playing and you were singing in the studio. You're on Motley Crue's Girls, 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 and a bunch of other stuff,
you know everything. Yes,
Kim Carnes.
Yeah.
And,
Kim Carnes, yeah. Kim Carnes, I was playing in a like top 40 band in a club, just because I thought, if I played in L.A., there's going to be somebody who'll see me, whatever. And Kim Carnes came into that. It was a pretty popular club, and she came in and said, pulled me right out of it. Said, "Hey, you want to go on tour with me?" I'm like, "Sure, that'd be great." Said, "See you later" to the guys, and went on tour for a while, with Kim Carnes, and the same thing, pretty much with Ted Nugent too. Ted Nugent, the same thing. A buddy of mine recommended me, and he came down to I went back to the club afterwards, and he saw me in the club and said, "Hey, I was doing a record, and I finished a record with him, and we went on tour. I stayed with him for three and a half years."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
fun.
awesome.
2 records.
Yeah.
It's good.
So you toured with Richie Sambora.
Yeah, Richie. Yeah, Richie's a buddy of mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I played with Cher for 4 years. And he was going out with her at the time. He was dating her, and he used to come on my side of the stage, and he said to me, "Hey, I'm doing a solo record, and I want you to play my solo band." I thought he was joking,
Right.
like, "Okay, yeah, sure, here's my number, give me a call." And he did, and went on the first solo tour with Richie Sambora. I love Richie. He's amazing, amazing guitar player and friend.
Right.
Good guy, great guy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Cher. You toured with her for 4 years?
4 years on and off, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in REO at the time. I got REO and Cher the same week. The same week, I had an audition for REO. It took me like months with Cher. Oh God, call back. It was like everybody in LA was auditioning for Cher. So they would audition, and then 3 weeks later they'd call you, like, they think you didn't have the gig, and they said, "Oh, we'll come back. She wants to see you again," or whatever. You go through the process again. So, and then another friend of mine said REO was looking for a guitar player. So I had auditioned with REO on Friday. And after all those months of Cher, I got the Cher gig on Wednesday. It's the same, I swear to God, the same week. So I already had the Cher gig, so I'm like, sure, I'll go down and audition for REO too, So then I got the REO gig. But that was to be a band member and part of the team, So, and Cher was just, hired gun, of course. Cher is Cher,
Right.
And so, it's been 27 years with REO Speedwagon.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's an awesome run.
Yeah, I didn't think it would last that long, but I'm here. Got a show tonight here.
Yeah, and you guys are touring pretty much through the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, with Def Leppard and Tesla. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, we've done 7 shows already, and we got another close to 50 left, Then we go to Europe in the fall with REO, so it's going to be a great year. It's been a good run with REO with me, just very thankful.
That's awesome.
Very lucky.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So looking back from the vantage point now of having been in the band for so long, but looking back earlier, what would you say is the characteristics that helped you land those tours? Because guys are always looking, how am I going to get myself onto a tour like that? How do I make those connections?
Well, I always, you just keep playing. You just try to do everything, you can do. There's, guys ask me to do, would you play on this song? And I never really said no to anything. Just try to do it all if you can fit it all in.
Sure.
And I the club thing, I don't know what's happening with the clubs now. A lot of them are gone. But in the '80s there was some clubs you could play. And so of course to feed yourself, you'd go do pick up top 40 songs and there was a lot of good musicians hanging around, or people that had record contracts. They were looking for a guitar player as myself, or a drummer, or whatever. And there's a few guys that a few guys of us that landed pretty good gigs out of the clubs. Just somebody come in and say, "Wow, I like this guy," or the drummer, or the bass player, And so I just started doing. And L.A. was in the '80s were really hot, and there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of music, and
Sure.
a lot of recording people looking for help, in a band or something like that. You'd be a hired gun, but that's okay. That was great. We stepping stone to go up. And finally REO is, I'm a member of the band, so it's a team effort here. So it's great. It's been great.
Right.
Yeah.
How much do you think the fact that you're such a strong singer factored into those gigs?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, really good. Really helped me, because I could do both. Like you said on the Motley Crue stuff, I just got hired, no guitar, just to go in and sing background. Well, we were doing a Nugent record, and the same producer, Tom Werman, was producing Motley Crue Girls 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 record, and we were in pre-production with Tom with Nugent, and Motley was finishing up their thing. They had a couple more songs to do, so they knew I was a lead singer with Ted, so they just said, "Hey, we need some help on these songs." I'm like, and I don't know those songs were huge. Well, I knew they were huge when I heard them though. Girls, 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 and Wild Side, amazing songs. I'm like, sure, I'll sing on those. Great, So I ended up singing those two, and then some more on the Girls, Girls, Girls record, because they liked what I did, and I love those guys. And I ended up doing more Decade of Decadence afterwards. I think I remember I got a call from Nikki for Dr. Feelgood, but I was doing REO at the time, so I couldn't do that one. But the next one was Decade of Decadence, so he called me in for that one, So I love those guys. Those guys were good guys, and that was a lot of fun. It was lot of fun. The '80s were exciting in LA. It was really crazy.
I bet it was.
It was fun.
That's great.
Yeah, it was fun. It's still fun now, but in the '80s, everything was happening.
Right.
In Los Angeles in the '80s, wow, it was.
Right. That was kind of the peak.
It was hot. Yeah, it was. Yeah. The '90s.
For that area.
For that area. Yeah, the '80s were a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
It's fun.
So when you landed the gig as a member of REO, I'm always curious when somebody comes into an established band, how much pressure did you feel to emulate the tones and the licks and the solos and everything?
Hardly any.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I tried to. The only thing I tried to do was, with Nugent, I played Fender Strats. Usually a lot of Fender Strats. I did have Les Pauls, not many. I was more of a Strat guy at the time. So I try to push the Strats, into REO's songs, but it was all Les Paul,
Right.
So then I started collecting Les Paul. Now I got 1 million Les Pauls now, so it was fun. But I did have some Les Pauls then. I went back and forth the situation you were doing, In the '80s, I played more Strats than Pauls for whatever reason. I don't know, that's just fit the bill for me on that in the situation. Or, and the thing that was happening was like Jackson guitars, the Jacksons with more hot-rodded, Strat type of guitars. So in the '80s, it was like, it would lean towards Strats, I had a couple of Jacksons too at the time, because Gibson was like, the Fender and Gibson go kind of up and down. They have their peaks, and then, they come down and they go up. But I've been a Gibson guy in REO now, really, first and foremost. I still have my Strats and everything, but the Gibsons and the Gibson company has been just fantastic to me.
Right.
So, and I know I have friends at Fender too, So it's I love guitars, so it doesn't matter. Tellys or whatever.
Right. And you're a big Marshall guy.
Oh boy, that's it for me. Yeah, Marshall amplifiers.
Yeah.
Since about since Nugent, 85, 86. Yeah, solid. I have a ridiculous amount of Marshalls.
Yeah.
And still, I just asked your guys, is there any more? It's not even out yet. I said, I want this new Marshall. I said, it's not out yet. I'm like, come on, let's get it.
Get it in here.
I'll take it today. If they had it, I'd take it.
Right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there a particular Marshall that you lean toward? I know you were using JCM 800s.
Yeah, I can't get away from the 2210s. I have 15 of those. I started collecting them,
Yeah.
The 100-watt 2210s. I wish they'd reissue them, but I got the old ones. I can't keep them retubed, It's just, but I like for the new ones, the Satriani is pretty close to my 800s, So I wanted to have a brand new backup, just in case I ran out of tubes for the because I picked these old Siemens tubes that you really can't get anymore, So I figure boy, if I run out of those, that's kind of like my sound,
Right.
But the Satriani was really, really close, But I still lean towards the 800s, But the new stuff is great too, I got brand new cabinets. I just ordered 5 stacks of Hendrix cabinets from the Marshall custom shop last year.
Right.
Like the tall,
tall
big
cabinets.
tall, 412 cabinets.
Right.
So
Right.
I ordered 5 stacks. I don't know when they're sitting in my locker, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. But I thought they were so cool to set them up.
You can never have too many.
No, exactly. Like one more guitar, one more amp.
That's it.
Okay. That's
So,
all you need.
so are you a greenback guy with those stacks? Is that what you go for?
I have
or-
greenbacks in it, and the 2210 heads are kind of distorted, so I like the 75s in the cabinets, just stock, 1960 cabinet, and they have 75s in them. They work well together. Or 25s too. I like the 25s. I go in that family. The 30s are a little too dark for me, or go 30, 65 is kind of the same feeling, but I like the 25s or the 75s. That's all I really use.
Right. Right.
And Celestion, I have a Celestion deal too. I love Celestion speakers. Oh,
Sure.
great.
Right.
Give me some more Celestions. I got all these cabinets. Put my Celestions in it.
Are you driving a big pedal board?
I have 4 Bradshaw rigs.
Really?
Yeah. I have, in the 80s, you got the rack-mounted stuff. I still have a big rack of rack-mounted gear. And I have pedals. All the other ones are pedals,
Right.
Boss pedals, or Strymon makes really good stuff
Sure.
now, and they're really close to me. I've been over that place over there, and it's really nice. But I mean, there's so many pedals. Your display in there it's ridiculous.
It's a lot of fun,
Oh
isn't it?
my God! I just was going to email my buddy. I'm like, look at these pedals. I want them all.
Yeah, right. We can make that happen.
That's what. Well, I'm trying to hurry up with this interview so I can go shopping again. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. My pleasure.
So looking back now and having had such a long, successful career, and the people you're working with and the bands that you're touring with and things, these acts and musicians have all a lot of longevity. What do you attribute that to?
Songs.
Yeah?
It's the songs. I really think, just, with REO, it's just, we got hits. I mean, Kevin writing the hit, and Gary, wrote all the songs, and we see it with, the Def Leppard, it's just hit after hit, and people, love it. It's the songs that live on. Like, Journey has a new lead singer, you think you can't replace Steve Perry,
Right.
but they did, and the guy's amazing, but it's the songs that last, and it sticks as our friends too.
Sure.
And Cher as well. Cher, when we went out with Cher, she's got all those hits. Everybody knows them, and some other bands. Richie, Sambori's got good solo stuff, but we played some Bon Jovi hits too. And look at Bon Jovi. I mean, hit after
Right.
hit. I think it's the songs. As well as the guys that wrote them and sang them, but the
course.
songs live on.
Right.
It's a proven fact. They changed lead. Foreigner, most of the guys are not even there, and the songs just, everybody loves the songs. So.
Yeah.
Songs.
Right. Right. So let's shift a little bit toward guitar then. What is an important factor for a guitar player who wants to have a long career? I mean, we mentioned not saying no to anything as far as getting your career rolling, but how do you keep that career rolling once you're going?
Wow.
Is it music theory? Is it technique? Is it what is it the factors in a guitar player?
Well, I just think you have to keep yourself interested. You listen to other guys play. You want to keep yourself up to date. You know, I just saw, a kid in there, 19 years old. He's shredding in your room over there,
Right.
and I heard him like he did some Eddie Van Halen, he did some Def Leppard, and just, just try to keep yourself interested in maybe other guys' styles, or maybe, I mean, I'm a Beatle guy. It's not like really shredding, but just the songs I'm interested. I love,
Right.
The Beatles wrote, and McCartney, Lennon, just wrote amazing songs, and Harrison just played, unbelievable guitar solos around the songs. It wasn't shredding or anything. It's just the way he played, which is an art. It's tough to do
Right.
that. You can shred over anything. Oh, hey, look at this. But Harrison just, with his 12 string, and so I go for that. I like to, really try to make the song better in your solos, and that's tough to do. That's like an art,
Right.
Really,
It's a melody kind of thing?
Yeah, you listen to the song and you try to, do all this stuff to fit the song, just make the song go by. Anybody can shred over, I don't know if you can shred over a Beatles song, but I guess you could, but it would be
should
dumb.
you?
It'd be dumb to do, like, what is he doing?
Right.
You wreck the song, So, well, for the kids, I don't know, just listen to your favorite guy and just, keep going and, well, like I said before, and try to, do all the things you can with your friends or club, if you have a session or something, just, and it experience, all the experiences, make you better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Dave, thanks so much for taking time for us today.
Oh, thanks.
We got to get you in there to try
Oh,
out
I
some
just want to
guitars
say, I got a new prototype.
oh, yes. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. I
Yeah,
apologize.
a new prototype Gibson Les Paul coming out with a Floyd Rose and a single pickup. It should be. I'm not sure when it would be, but it's coming soon.
Right.
Coming soon. It's really by the Custom Shop. Gibson Custom.
So that's a single pickup Les Paul style guitar.
Yeah, there's a Floyd Rose, and we're going to make it with a stop or tune-o-matic bridge too, because some guys don't like the Floyd Roses or tremolo systems, all. And I get that too. I have both myself, but I kind of like it with Floyd Rose because it's really a hot-rodded Les Paul.
Right.
There's not many things you could do with a Les Paul that haven't been done, but I thought a single coil, a single pickup, I should say, guitar would be kind of a fun thing to have,
Right. Right.
use in the arsenal,
So I've seen several pictures of you and videos where you're using a Les Paul that has a more sculpted heel. Does your signature have that as well?
Based on the access. It's called an access, yeah. You can get, you don't have to, on my regular Les Pauls, you put your thumb, over to try to get up in the high frets. Well, this is, cut out, so you can put your thumb back there and have access to the higher register,
Right, right.
Yeah.
What pickup do you have in that?
57 Classic Plus.
Okay.
I usually, my favorite pickup from Gibson is 57 Classic, but in that guitar, the Plus seemed to push it up a little bit, just make it a little bit hotter, but it still keeps the tone of the guitar going. Because I like the 57 Classics, when I put them in my regular, thick Les Paul, regular Les Pauls, the 57 just cut through and lets the guitar breathe and be what it is. Because I have a bunch of Les Pauls, and they're all 57 Classics, but this one sounds different than that one, and that, it lets the guitar be what it is, So the Classic Plus on an Access just cuts through it, but it still lets the guitar be what it is. It's a nice pickup, and I'm really proud of this guitar that's going to come out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a little beefier pickup, but it's still open because it's that PAF
Right.
kind of design with that
exactly.
top end to it.
It's
so
just
still,
a little bit hotter, Not bad though. It's not extreme,
Sure.
which I don't like, because
Right.
extreme just, takes, you can put it in anything and it just makes it, over the top. I don't
Right.
want that. I want it to be like, oh, this thing sounds good, and then you pick up the next one and it's like, oh, it's a little different,
Right.
So
Right.
anyway.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks again, Dave.
Oh, thank you. man.
Congratulations on your
Thank you.
career.
Oh,
Looking
thank
forward
you.
to the show tonight. I think it's going to rock, man.
Oh, awesome. You coming?
I'm going to do my best.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All
Great.
right. Great. Thanks
okay,
again.
Thanks.
We'll see
Thank
ya.
you. Thanks.
I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear.
Thanks, guys.